Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Code, and in this lecture we are going to cover the type of CSS. So let's start our coding. Here is our folder, RBS code, and I actually created a folder called Intro to Web Development, and inside it I created learning underscore CSS, and inside this time I'm going to create a folder so I can explain it to you better. Therefore I'm going to write types of CSS as the name of this folder. So here is type.css, and inside it I'm going to create the first file, that is index.html. It's just a file, you can create any file you want. So first let's see what is the inline CSS. Inline CSS is, so here I'm going to view and word wrap. I turned on the word wrap so we don't need to scroll, everything is here. So now I am just going to copy this one and here I'm going to show you what is inline CSS. Inline CSS is when you define the class, the styling inside the HTML tag. So here I'm going to define its color as aqua, and I'm going to my finder. Inside the finder I'm going to find the folder is here, intro to web development, and inside the intro to web development we are having learning CSS, and here we just created a folder type of CSS. So here I'm going to double click it and it's here in the browser. As you can see, the first paragraph color is changed but other two are same. This is because of inline CSS. I'm also going to label it here in the comment like inline CSS. Now what is the internal CSS? So internal CSS is the one thing that we covered before as well. It's here. I'm going to type the P and I'm going to actually copy this line, copy paste, and I am going to define it as red. Come here, I'm going to refresh it. So you can see inline CSS is much powerful than the internal CSS, but we use internal CSS to label many things in one go. And here is another important thing that is called external CSS. What is external CSS? External CSS is actually the thing that is used to label, or you can say that is used to keep our file neat while separating the CSS file from the original HTML file. Like this one, style.css, I created a CSS file, pure CSS file, and here I'm going to define it as, I'm going to define p dot background. It's background color, it's yellow. So now let's come back here, refresh. It's not doing anything because we need to mention it here. Here is like link, and what is the link? Link is the CSS, and you can see the file is here. But if you don't know where is the file, so you can see is put the dot and slash as we did in the media files. So here you can see the media files. I'm asking be within this types of CSS folder and find style.css file. So now I will come back to my browser, I will refresh this, and you can see we are having a yellow background for all paragraphs, and this is how it works. And now I'm going to show you one thing more, that is called, I can show you what is it, that is actually called I'm going to type it as body.css. I'm creating another CSS file and I will define here the main properties of our for all the web pages that you are going to create in your website. But right now we are just testing it on the index.html for your understanding and for keeping it simple. So here I'm going to define the background, that should be black, and then there should be a padding of 4 rem. And let's come back here, refresh. Now you have two choices. You can whether define it it should be not here, internal CSS should not be here, it should be inside the head. And let's copy this, come here, paste it here, and now you have two choices for the body CSS, whether you want to type it here, or even a better idea is that you just don't want to use it here, but you go for here. I'm showing you what is the difference. You can see our file is same, but what you are going to do, I'm going to comment this here, and I'm going inside the types of CSS. I'm creating another file that is called common CSS. Means that the file styling file that is common for the whole website, for the many elements like text, font, or the body background color, or even the body background color, everything you want to keep it same. You can create a common CSS file, and then you can do @imports URL, and here I'm actually going to import my style.css, and then @import my body.css. And now I will come back here. I will just replace this with /common CSS, and I'm coming back here. I'm refreshing it. You can see nothing changed because our files are properly working. I can show you how. Here you can see now I changed its color, background color, to something this, and here you can see the changes because we actually asked the common CSS to import our both files. First import style.css and then body.css, and how this importing order work I can show you. Like here is the body and here is our style. So inside the style I can do, sorry, it's closed and it's here now. Now you can see inside the style I'm going to do one thing. I'm just coming here, and here I am going to define the font size, not there, in the body I'm going to define P, and font size should be 20 px. Just come here, refresh, you can see font size is increased. And now I will come back to my style.css, and I'm going to define font size equals to 50 and refresh. You can see why the 21 is working and 50 pixels is not working. I can show you why. Because we are first importing the style. In the style it's 50, in the body which is imported after it's 20, and this is because of that pattern that first this file loaded, but then we asked the CSS to change its font size back to 20 in the body, and it is changing it in the smaller font due to that, because first it interprets this line and then it goes for the second line. That is how the CSS works, and this is how you can import the external CSS files. And I actually told you what is the difference between the internal, external, and the inline CSS. This was the inline CSS, this is the internal CSS, and this is how we link the external CSS files with our website. So that's it for today's lecture, and in next lecture we are going to see the text styling, and that will be a great lecture to cover the color, sizes, and fonts. We covered the basic, but still there are a few things left I want to show. So be there with me for the next lecture, and I will share this course outline and the GitHub code and the whole course link in the video description. So please check it out. If you have any query or question, reach out to me on the YouTube comment so I can answer. Thank you so much for being with me, and let's code in the next lecture about the fonts and the text styling in the HTML. See you there.